السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على السلام حي على السلام حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد إن أصدق حديث كتاب الله عز وجل وأحسن حدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم والشر أمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة في الإسلام بدعة وكل بدعة دلالة وكل دلالة في النار. Alhamdulillah, all praise due to Allah. We praise Him and we extol Him, and we seek refuge in Allah from evil within ourselves and evil results of our wrong actions. Whomsoever Allah guides can be never left astray, and whomsoever Allah allows to be left astray and misguidance, and there is no guide for that individual. Verily, the most truthful of speech is the book of Allah Azza wa Jal, the Quran Kareem, and the finest guidance is that of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the most evil of affairs are the newly invented ones, bid'ah. Every bid'ah is a going astray, and every innovation leads to the hellfire. Nas'Allah al-afiyah. As we all know, we might have heard about the incidents what happened last week in Texas when that deranged person shot and killed those over 25 innocent people in the church. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And many others were injured. And our condolences, sincere condolences, go out to those individuals. May Allah Azza wa Jal bring peace to those people's hearts. Allahumma ameen. So today, my dear brothers and Iman, as we all know, that a lot of people are becoming deranged. And the incidents of people being innocently killed inside places of worship is on the rise. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And Allah is the one who is the controller of all of the affairs. So today, inshallah, we would like to speak about the importance of having a correct mindset. Or more importantly, what should be the mindset of the believers. Taken from one authentic hadith, which is one of the treasures of the Prophet ﷺ, of the Jawa'im al-Kalim, which the Prophet ﷺ said, a hadith has been authentically narrated on the authority of Abu Hurairah anhu, who said that the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Bu'ithtu bi Jawa'im al-Kalim. I've been sent with the shortest of expression, with the broadest and widest of meanings. So this hadith, which I'm going to narrate today, is one of those treasures of the Prophet ﷺ. And it's been collected in Sahih Imam Bukhari on the authority of Abdullah ibn Umar, radiyallahu anhuma. May Allah be pleased with him and his father. And one very important aspect of this noble hadith, before we start, is that at the time when Ibn Umar narrated this hadith, he was only, as the Mufassirin say, between 13 and 14 years old. So, Ibn Umar, he said that one day the Prophet ﷺ took me by my shoulder. He grabbed me by my shoulder and he said to him, Kun fi dunya kanaka gharib, aw abr sabil. He said, be in this world as if you are a stranger, gharib, or you are a wayfarer, a traveler. Somebody is just passing by. And Ibn Umar, anhuma, may Allah be pleased with him and his father, by showing how he understood and he comprehended this noble advice of the Prophet ﷺ, he would say, إِذَا أَمْسَيْتَ فَلَا تَنْتَظِرْ إِلَى صَبَاحٍ. If you reach the evening, if Allah Azza wa Jalla allows us to reach the evening, then don't wait until the morning. إِذَا أَصْبَحْتَ فَلَا تَنْتَظِرْ إِلَى مَسَاءٍ. And if we reach the morning, then don't wait until the evening. خُذْ مِنْ صَحَتِكَ لِمَرَضِكَ. Take from your health until you get sick. وَمِنْ حَيَاتِكَ لِلْمَوْتِكَ. And from your life before you die. From this noble hadith, in the understanding of this young Sahabi, it brings to light that as believers, we should be living in either one of these two states. Is that either we are in a state of strangeness, gharib, or we're in the mindset that we are just passing by. We're traveling. And this is something which is also in line with the noble hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, is also collected in Sahih Imam Muslim, and the Abu Hurairah, where he said that the Prophet ﷺ said, Inna al-Islamu bada ghariban, fasayaudu kama bada, wa tuba li-ghuraba. He said that, verily Islam began as something strange, and it will return again to being something strange. And tuba is for the strangers. And it was asked of the Prophet ﷺ, Man hum ya Rasulullah? Who are those strangers? The ghuraba. He said, Hum unas qalilun, bain nas kathirun, hum yaslihun idha afsada nas. He said that they are a small group of people around and amongst a large group of people, and they are in the habit of rectifying the people when they have become corrupted. Allahu Akbar. So as we can see, there's a lot of gharib, very strange things that are happening today that are very upsetting. When you hear about people who are worshiping and a person is deranged, it's just slaughtering them and massacring them. This is very saddening. It's very strange. And you hear about the people, they try and find out what would provoke him, what would drive this person to do such a thing. And then after killing people, turning the gun on himself and taking his own life. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. This is very strange. What is even more strange is that you see people who are growing up in this society of accessibility at our fingertips. And a young lad would choose to grow up on the sunnah, to pray, to go to the masjid, to grow his beard, Allahu Akbar, and not want to get involved in haram things. This is very gharib to see this thing. And you see a young sister who has been born and raised in this society and chooses to wear the abaya and the niqab and to avoid all of the fahsha and munkar, evil and lewd things that are going on, and how the girls are now dressing very promiscuous nowadays. This is something which is very strange. Because as a person who is gharib, strange, they cannot sit comfortably when they see haram things. A person who is strange, they will not feel ease. They will always feel at ease when they see people doing haram. They will not laugh and joke with those things which are haram and sinful. Because we know, generally, Muslims know that the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Man ara minkum man munkaran fayughayyir. Fin lam tastati bilisani. Fin lam tastati biqalbi. Fahadha ad'af al-iman. Wa kama qala sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that if any of us sees a munkar, an evil thing, then we should change it. فَلْيُغَيْرِ. We should change it with our hands. And if we cannot, then we should at least speak about it. And if we are not even strong enough to say anything, then we should at least hate it in our hearts. By not enjoying and hating these things, it means that we do not engage in these things and we do not promote these things by agreeing with them or joking about these things. We stay away from these things. This is something which a stranger does. This is the first mindset, is that a person who feels this strangeness will not feel comfortable around people who are involved in sin, Muslim or non-Muslim. And if a Muslim is involved in bid'ah, innovating things in the deen, which we know are not from it, we will not feel comfortable being invited to their gatherings or sitting and eating with them. We will not feel comfortable with those things. So in these times of fitna, and there's different types of strangeness, we have to be able to recognize the Ahl Sunnah wa Jama'ah, the signs of the people of the Sunnah. You'll hear people propagating and saying they're the Ahl Sunnah wa Jama'ah on the madhab of the Salaf al-Salih. But when we involve with them and we interact with them and we deal with them, we find out that it's nothing like that. That they have nothing to do with the Quran or authentic Sunnah. What they are upon is something alien to the Sunnah. Because people of the Sunnah, they feel an effect when sinning is taking place. They feel an effect when they say bid'ah, innovation taking place. They do not sit comfortably with those people. There's a hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said on the authority of Mughira bin Shu'ayb, who said that the Prophet ﷺ, he said that لا تزال طائفة من أمتي ظاهرين على الحق, that there will never cease and there will always remain a group from my ummah that will be always clearly established upon the truth. Allahu Akbar. So it is an obligation upon us, general Muslims, to always be in search of those people who are calling to the Quran and authentic Sunnah with the proper understanding. We know this, we feel this, because something is strange about their call. When we see or hear something which does not feel right, then usually there's something wrong about that. We expect that if we're trying to be on the right path, that we're going to be called names. We feel that we expect that we will be singled out or pointed out or maybe even ridiculed. But we should not leave off following the truth. Because if we see things which are not correct, then it is upon us to change it. If we can, by our hands. If we can, we should speak about it, speak against it. And we should at least hate it and leave it. This is what the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he did. This is what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi salam, he did. He said, Inni bara minkum. He said that I am free from you. I am free from you. Free from what? He said this about his father and his people, that he is free from them. Mimma ta'abudun min dunillah. Kafarna bikum. He said that I am free from you in what you associate with Allah. I disbelieve in you people and what you're associating with Allah. Allahu Akbar. He was strong enough to do that. But the least of our iman, if we cannot change those things, which Ibrahim alayhi salam did by breaking the idols and speaking out against it, and then finally making the hajar from them, leaving them. Where he was going? To Allah, he said. If we cannot do that, then we have to move away from this. If our iman is not shaking around sin and transgression, then we have to check ourselves. Because the Prophet ﷺ said also in an authentic hadith, Inna dunya sijnatul mu'min wa jannatul kafir. That this world, with all of its glamour and glitter and amazement, is a sijin, a jail for the believers, and a paradise for the disbelievers. So we have to understand that the first state of being that we should strive for from this noble hadith is to live in this world as a stranger. When we see things that are not right, then we have to do something about it. Our iman should shake and tremble. This is the first state that we should do something, say something, or leave it. And then he said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, "Oh, abr sabil." The second state of being is that we should live as a traveler, a wayfarer. Somebody's just passing by. We don't become attached to things. We don't become attached to things of this world. This is the life of a traveler, a musafir, a wayfarer, somebody who's passing through. He's in transit in a certain place. He feels strange. Maybe he doesn't know the language or the environment. He feels strange. And he has no problem with that because he knows that he will not be staying here for long. How many of us said that they were going to come to this part of the world just for an education or just to better their education or increase their education? And then they end up wanting to get married. They get married. And then little Abdullah comes along. And then they end up staying here. They want to establish themselves. They never anticipated that they would be here for 25 or 30 years. Allahu Akbar. But this is the life. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, فَلَا يُغْرَنَّكُمُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَلَا يُغْرَنَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ غُرُورٌ. He said, do not be amazed or dazzled by the life of this world. And do not let the chief deceiver deceive us about the life of this world. So, as travelers, musafirin, we have to have that in our mind, that this is not our permanent resting place. We're just passing by. We have to be careful so as not to let our feelings of contentment take over our mindset. And we have to always keep in mind that our focus is on the next life, that we're here now. We're here today and we're gone tomorrow. We have no idea when we're going to leave this place, that we're just passing through. The Prophet ﷺ gave this beautiful advice to this young lad that we should live in this world as a stranger, or we're just passing through. And the person with this type of a mindset, the person with the mindset of a traveler, the least bit of understanding, we should have the mindset and the belief and the feeling that we're just passing through. We shouldn't get attached with people or clothing or anything in this life. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He said, وَمَا حَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. what is the life of this world except a temporary moment of enjoyment, a temporary moment of relaxation? So the person who has the mindset that we're just passing through, we will never ever feel at ease in this life, in this body. It's only temporary. As Allah Azza wa Jal, He explains to us, سابقوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنات عرضها كعرض السماوات والأرض وعدت للذين آمنوا بالله ورسوله إلى آخر آية. In Surah Hadid, Allah Azza wa Jal, He says that we should haste, we should rush towards the forgiveness of Allah Azza wa Jal and the Jannah. The size and width of the Jannah is like the heavens and the earth, which has been prepared for those who believe in Allah and His Messenger. Allahu Akbar. So, my dear Islam and Iman, we have to be in one of these two mindsets. We should not be amazed with those radical terrorist acts. This is very, very shameful indeed. We should understand that this life is short, and when we see those things, we should say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. May Allah Azza wa Jal help all of us and keep all of us safe. Allahumma amin. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله وأتوب إليه. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه من تبعه هدى وبعد. So my dear brothers, Islam, Iman, as musafirin, as travelers, leaving from this temporary existence to the next life, we always have to keep in mind that what is our traveling belongings? What is our carry-on luggage? What are we taking with us in this life is our Iman. This is our Ras al-Mal. This is something that we cannot put on any scale. This is something that we have to keep and we have to take care of. Because being a traveler is the mindset of those people who have the zuhud, the abstinence in this life, this mentality and this understanding of not being attached to things in this life is a characteristic of the Anbiya wa Rusul and those people who follow them in piety and righteousness. That we do not attach to us these things in this life because this life is temporary. And when I say this, do not misunderstand that there isn't anything wrong with having nice clothes or eating nice food or wanting to have a nice vehicle to drive. In Allah Jamil, yuhibbul Jamal. Allah is beautiful and He likes to see beautiful things. And the Prophet ﷺ said, In Allah yuhib ara athar ni'matu ala al-abdi. That verily Allah loved to see the signs of His beauty on His slaves. But we should not become materialistic and become attached to these things. A noble Imam of the Sunnah, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, he said that zuhud, being a zahid of this life, it means that do not have a lot of hopes in this life. We should not have long hopes in this life. And we know there's an authentic hadith of the Prophet ﷺ where one day he was sitting with his companions and he drew a box in the sand and he drew a line through in the box coming out of the box. And he said that this is the life inside the box. And that line coming outside of the box is our hopes. These are our hopes. And he said these small lines in the box are masa'ib, are fitting, trials, tribulation that always strike us. And when one strikes us and we pass it, we say, that's it. We've made it. We've passed that fitna, that trial. And then another one hits us. And then when that one strikes us and we pass through it, we say, that's it. We imagine that that's it. We've passed that period, that fitna. And that's how our life is going to be. And we have high hopes past outside of the box, but then the ajal comes. The time of our death comes. So most of us, we have high hopes and aspirations. But what are the signs that our life is coming to an end when we start to see the gray and the whiteness coming on our beard or on our head? When it's hard for us to stand up when we sit down, this is a sign that our ajal is coming close. Our lifespan is coming to an end. So, not having too much hope, long hope in this life is a sign of a person's iman. As the noble Sahabi, Abdullah ibn Umar, anhuma, he said, may Allah be pleased with him in his father. إِذَا أَمْسَيْتْ فَلَا تَنْتَظَرْ إِلَى الصَّبَاحِ. If you reach the evening, then don't expect to reach the morning. Do whatever you can do today. Don't say, I'll do it later. I have plenty of time. Inshallah, there'll be more time to do this or do that. No. Everybody knows that if you want to be good in school, then you have to study hard. You have to burn the midnight oil. You have to stay up late and put in the extra effort. If you want to be a good student, then you have to do those things. Don't say, I have plenty of time and I can cram. I have a week. I have to test this until 2 or 3 days. I can study the last minute. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. We have to have that type of mindset. If we want to be successful in this life, work hard. Be diligent. Put in the extra effort. But don't just work for this worldly life. Know that we're passing through. Education, work, marriage, children, food, money, clothes, house, car, all of this is temporary. We can't take any of those things with us. Only thing that we can take with us is what? Al-Baqihat al-Salihat. That's it. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, the only thing that we can take with us are our good deeds. We can accumulate $1 billion, $1 trillion in the bank, but we can't take it with us. There's only so much we can eat. We can't eat more than the food on our plate. How much more can we eat after that? Can any of us eat one whole kharuf in a day? No. How much can we eat? How much does it cost for one kharuf? $100, $200. How much of that can we eat? After that, we have to leave it for somebody else. The same goes for our wealth. How much of it can we spend? How much of it can we enjoy? After that, it will be left for somebody else. This is the mentality of the musafir, the traveler, the person who knows that we're not going to be here for long. There's an authentic hadith, an authority of Ibn Mas'ud, who said that one day he went to visit the Prophet ﷺ and he found him laying down on a woolen woven mat. And then when the Prophet ﷺ, he sat up to meet him, he seen the marks on his back, on his body, the noble back of the Prophet ﷺ. And he started to wipe his back. And he said, Ya Rasulullah, why can't you find something nice to lay down on? He said, why can't you find something better to lay down on? The Prophet ﷺ said, what do I have with this world? I am like a traveler that just passes by. I have nothing to do with this world. Allahu Akbar. So we can see from this noble hadith that the Prophet ﷺ, he did not have any attachment to this world. Whatever anyone wants, he would give it to them freely. If anyone asked the Prophet ﷺ for anything, he would give it to them freely. Because he had no attachment to anything in this life. Allahu Akbar. This is the example that we need to follow. And finally, there's noble hadith in Ibn Majah, an authority of Sal bin Sahid, who said that a man came to the Prophet, Rajulin Ma, an unknown man, he came to the Prophet ﷺ and he said, Ya Rasulullah, akhbirni, can you tell me please an act, amal, something that I can do, that I can get the love of Allah, that Allah will love me and the people will love me. The Prophet ﷺ gave the man very simple advice. He said, اذهب في دنيا يحبك الله واذهب فيما عند الناس يحبك الناس. He said, leave this world. He's living in this world. He said, leave this world. Don't be overly concerned with this world. يحبك الله. Allah will love you. And leave what the people have. Don't concentrate on what other people have. Don't focus on what other people have. And then the people will love you. So my dear brothers, Salam and Iman, from this noble advice of the Prophet ﷺ, we should not be overly concerned about this world. This is the simplest of states that we should be in. We work, we earn, we make money, we eat, we share, we enjoy, but we know that this is Matar Khalil. This is a very short-lived period of existence. This is not the life. This is a period of existence that we're in. We're not living the life yet. Al-Baqihat al-Salihat. The good deeds that we pile up are to help us to live the life, which is coming in the afterlife. So may Allah Azza wa Jal help all of us to stay focused and not focus on the things that we have in our possession, our material things that we have in our possessions, Because Allah Azza wa Jalla says, Al-Baqihat al-Salihat. The good deeds that we leave are what are going to benefit. Let us not pay attention to what we have in our material possessions. Let us put something aside for the next life. Use what we can to benefit ourselves, our families, and our communities. But let us not be overly concerned or attached to those things. Or later on, we'll be sorry. May Allah Azza wa Jalla help us and bless us and give us the understanding, the deep understanding to live in either one of these states as a gharib or abr sabil. Ameen. Illa wa malaikatu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa tasliman. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار.